Hi, my name is Ninyo Rabonibi Madangi. ID number 411752. I'm also from this class, TC5. Today I'm going to be discussing to you our activity, right? And I'm going to tell you, right? This is report writing. And the questions here that were asked is that for you, which among the fundamental concepts in report writing, or in writing a report, is important, and why? Well, to me, every report is important. In my humble opinion, when I understand it, a report is information. I don't know if you know this, but information is valuable. It's very valuable. It's data that is also from other people and for your business too to survive. I think reports in any type are important. Now, it asks more questions here. Are skills important in report writing? Why and why not? Well, anything with skills is important. You know why? From this simple thing I wore today, you think this is not skill? No. To drip out this bad and look this cool, you need to have skill. It's called basic clothing theory. In report writing, much more important. Because a report could be messy looking. A report could be simple looking. A report could have no value at all. And a report may have value but looks that it doesn't have any value. So a report must be intriguing, short to the point, and must present a lot of information as short as possible, and also can be descriptive at the same time. So yes, I think we need skill in report writing. Among the different classifications of report, which are the most important in a company? Why do you think so? Well, in my opinion, every report is important, but we shall read again why and which are important. So we go to the first one, right? So scientific report. Scientific report is a document that describes the process and progresses and or results of a technical and scientific research in the state of technical or scientific research process. Now, if you think this is not applicable to your company because, it's scientific, wrong. It's very much important because it's scientific. Everything has science in this world, including your company. So I don't think that is not important. So this might be one of the contenders for a very important report style, or as we were discussing earlier, which is the most important classification of report is to a company. So scientific report is one of them. It's important. I'll tell you within a while, but we shall move on. I'll discuss this in a later time, but that is one of the candidates. The next candidate here is technical report. A technical report is a document written by a researcher detailing the results of a project and submitted to the sponsor of that project. TRs are not peer-reviewed unless they're subjectively published in a peer-to-peer journal. The purpose of the technical report is to completely and clearly describe the technical work, why it was done, results obtained, implications of those results. Technical report serves as a means of communicating the work to others and possibly providing useful information about the work at some later date. Now, you see, I take my time to read because I want you to know and emphasize, right, which among these things is very important. Now, technical report in and of itself is very also important because as we've seen, or as we read and you have heard, it's information still. You would be like, it doesn't really, say anything about companies or anything. Well, as you can see, peer-to-peer is basically contacting or communicating to your you know, to your consumers, your bottom line. Now let's reread that again. So it's big. See, there's even technical report means of communicating to the work to others, providing useful information. Now that's cool too, but that's one of the candidates. I won't explain that yet. Now we got field report. Now this is something you find in business, what you find in the field. What does this mean? Field report is a documentation of observation and analysis to a particular phenomena, behaviors, processes, and more. It was based on theories and researchers' analysis which are used to identify situations of a specific project or case study. The purpose of a field report in social sciences is to describe the observation of people, places, or events, and to analyze the observation of data to identify and categorize the common themes in relation to the research problem underpinning the study. So this is used in the context of, social sciences, but this right here can also be in business. Why? Your product needs to have reviews. What do? You ask people who bought your products. Well, they could simply just leave a review. Sometimes people are not honest, so you ask them on the streets. And then if you don't ask them on the streets, you just simply observe them. Like this phone. This is a Samsung phone, and you ask me what kind of phone is this? It's pretty convenient. It's a good phone. That's a simple report. It's reliable. Is affordable, and it fits well in my pocket. The more you ask questions, the more you know. So that's why field reports is also a contender. So, there's a fundamental concepts is also report writing is the KISS concept, or keeping it short and simple. That's also in what I said. Quoting, paraphrasing, and summary. Basically taking the quotes from other people and learning that into your information pool. So there's also graphic organizers, documentation and citation, Categories of reports also as well are informational reports, which is self-explanatory, where it can range from paragraphs to several images, where they're not informational reports. It's really self-explanatory. When it has info in it, you report it. It's raw as you can be. And a formal report is where you generally lengthy, and it may include a title page, executive summary. So this is more of the business term of a report, because the informational report is like, bam, here is the information, go raw. Like, the formal report is more of like a, more of a formality, more of like, hello, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Something you would, propose in a meeting, And a report should be long enough, though short enough, concise. Now that's the perfect balance that you must have. That's where skill comes in. If you know how to speak English or your current language of choice, you must relay information either lengthy but concise at the same time. It may be impossible, but look at this video right now. You're learning a lot, aren't you? So, let's see here. The three levels of reports, though, is information plus analysis, and information plus analysis plus a recommendation. There's also article reports, self-explanatory laboratory reports. There's abstract, there's procedures, and there's references and conclusions. Basically, the scientific one where there's hypothesis and conclusions to theories. There's information report, self-explanatory. Special information report. Now, this is more, this is more of a different breed of report, because up here, when you go to informational report, it has periodic report and annual report. Now, periodic report is a type of report where information is written by the employees and the subordinates whom they will submit daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, that's important to keep because it's any time, as long as it's not annual. Now, annual here is information which includes a lot of listening to activities, projects, and organization for a whole year. So, The main difference here in informational report in the periodic period is that you can have data from 1 week, it may not be enough. From a month, it may not be enough. So you have annual report where the whole year is accounted for, and take that through some processes, and it will be reported through the higher staff to have solid information. Simple enough. Now, special information report is composed by three subcategories without preliminary report, progress report, and final report. Now, this is interesting here because you have before, after, and in. So this is a more like a timetable report, because the way it's been said, special report, it's more of like not really truthful to its say, because it's more of like a timetable report, because it's like me reporting this to be brand new, that's preliminary, you know, and you go forward, the progress, I'm using it, and then after I return it, basically. So it's more correctly said a timetable report, but special information report can work too. Well, research report here is a common report which generates data either in a laboratory or in the field. Still the same thing. It can apply to business as well. It has introduction, review, materials and theory, methods and procedures. You get the idea. You went through this than I did. So there's also discussion and bibliography. They're all self-explanatory, basically. There's also results and findings and data in the end, right? So there's a general research that commonly includes the following: transmission letter, title page. It's basically self-explanatory. There's transmission letter, title page, table contents, list of figures, abstract tables, introduction, problem background. Now, you can find this all yourself online, but remember this one important thing. We are here to report information. Do not bog it down by unnecessary wording. It's best to serve it raw and medium rare, where you give a bit but don't overcook it. Now that's the terminology I would like to say or use. Now in field report, here again, it will be, to improve students in key understanding fictional concepts, but this is in a different context. We're here to find out which one is best for a company. So systematically, and keep your aims high, skills and tips. There's incidental reports, table of context, thoughts, feelings, concerns, incident, impact of the incident. That's a different type of report. That's when a company messes up, They want to learn from their mistakes. So now here's the real question we would like to go back to, right? Among the different classifications of report, which among these are important to the company? Well, and why do you think so? If you look at me, right, every single one of these are important, because without scientific report, you won't get raw statistical data, right? For technical report, you can't get the technicalities of everything. You can't get the numbers right from the scientific report. You can't get the opinions of the people, the ones that you're selling to, and field report as well. You need boots on the ground reports to see what it's like. A farmer, a distributor will never know what a farmer is going through because he never went through it himself. That's a simple way I can put it, right? And obviously, with the field report, keep it simple and quoting and paraphrasing. That's also important too. Like, if I would say this phone is terrible, it is terrible. You as a company have the responsibility and the power to change that, to make that quote irrelevant in your next product. Here we have categories of report, still the same, but if you were to tell me every single report and style and everything that I've just said to you today is important, because in the end of the day, no matter what you put it, informational report, to its core, is important. There is no such thing as an inferior way to report because, you know, information is valuable. Valuable to you, valuable to me, to everybody. Why do you think people pay so much in real money to know what info you got? So, in conclusion, to round off our discussion here today, every information is important. Let me check first if I answered everything correctly. We shall see. Right here. Let's see. For you, which among the fundamental concepts of writing reporting is most important? Everything. Everything. Every concept is important. Are skills important in report writing? Yes. And I already said why. If you don't have skills, you must earn them. And if you can't earn them, try harder. Because in this world, you without skills is useless. Among the different qualifications of report, which among these are important to the company? What do you think? Though everything, because information is power, riches, and everything. My name is Ninyo Rabuni B. Madangit, forward 1752. Among the class of TC5, I bid you farewell.